this is Rocky, and this is my video demonstration for design assignment 2B, in which we're doing the same exact previous coding from design assignment 2A, task 1, in which we have a LED go on and off for a period of 725 milliseconds, which in which the duty cycle is high for 435 milliseconds and off for 200 milliseconds, with a total period of 725 milliseconds. So it has the same exact coding in which I have the delay functions set up with loops. I added one more to do a delay of 1 second, in which I'll use this 1 second to differentiate the LED from the interrupt LED, in which I set an interrupt LED at the very beginning of the page to added interrupt section of code. And this just basically enables the interrupt to make sure that they are set, and then the external interrupt is connected to it's connected to PD2, but it will output on PB5. So at the very bottom of the coding of assembly, I have implemented what happens if the interrupt is grounded, in which when it is grounded, the LED on PB5 will toggle on and off with 1 second or 2 second periods, but on for 1 second and then off for 1 second. So I'm gonna go ahead and run the code, and we'll see that everything runs smoothly, no errors at all. And looking at the explain meaning and its shield, on the shield we could see that our original code, the D4 LED, is having the 735 millisecond period, and then the output on D1 or PB5 is lit up or is high. So we could see on the actual explain meaning under it that we have a wire connected to PD2, in which when we ground PD2, set it from high to low. Oh, whoops, I need to plug this in. PD2. When we ground it, we should expect the interrupt LED to toggle for high and low for 1 second. So if I ground this, we could see it go off for 1 second, on for 1 second, and then back to the original coding. So if I hold it, we expect the interrupt to continue to toggle in the interrupt section, basically. So holding that. Oh, I didn't hold it firm enough. But anyways, yeah, so we could see that we toggled it off, and then we went back to our original section. But otherwise, if we have the interrupt activated, it toggles the LED on D1 right over here instead. So going back to the computer screen, I'm going to go ahead and stop this program, and then I'm going to run the C version of it. So I'm going to set that up as a startup project, and then we'll see that the code is a little bit longer, in which I added a interrupt header so that we could use interrupt functions. So I added, it's a lot smaller compared to the assembly coding, but we added a iLED, which I just called interrupt LED, to indicate the output LED on PB5. And then when we ground the LED, or rather ground the PD5 pin, interrupt pin, it'll use this section of code, which it uses interrupt 0 vector function, which is in the header file, and then it'll delay toggle every 1 second. So following the same setup pretty much from the assembly. So I'm gonna run this code, and we'll see that there are no errors, everything runs smooth, and then everything should pretty much look the same. So no problems with the actual code. Looking in, we have the D4 set, still the PD connected, and we'll ground this PD pin. So I'm going to ground it. then back to the original. And if I ground it, toggles 1 second, back to the original. If I hold it, it should toggle the LED on and off. Oh, I need to hold it firmer. There we go. It's kind of hard to touch the pins and hold it in place. But we could see that we basically toggle this for 1 second on and off with a 2-second period. And as soon as I let go of the ground, the interrupt is back to high and it goes back to the original coding. So we could see this LED flicker on and off again. So that concludes my demonstration for design assignment 2B. Thank you for watching.